All right, so here I'm going to talk about something that's pretty important, and the reason why here's the thing. See, it's your mentality will be steered wherever they, and I say they for the sake of conversation, okay? Because I've already mentioned don't put yourself in a victim mode when you hear people say they or not. It's all you. Just take control of this shit from the God that you are outside of space and time, because I've already mentioned in the previous video. You know what I'm saying? When you say my mind, it is the mind of God is the collective mind, okay? And that's where people start to use their mind, okay? Because it's all you, not a fraction of your brain or a fractal, because you're just limiting yourself to a fractal of a human that you are, when you are everything, because you're no thing outside of space and time, okay? And here's the thing. So because people have such a religious mindset, and I mentioned in the previous video how, you know, they'll have you look at this through movies, video games and whatnot, how the people of Gotham look up to Batman, they look up to Superman to save them, you know what I'm saying? Save them, freeze them, put them in a safe, you know what I'm saying? Save them because they're food, you know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy part. When you start to lose faith in the government, because a lot of people have faith in the government, they have faith in their doctors, you know what I'm saying? Because I work in the supplement industry, and whenever I suggest something to them, they'll be like, no, I gotta ask my doctor first. But when you put your faith into something and then things start to look shady, they're gonna present situations, scenarios, people, places, and things to you to redirect that faith to where because the last thing they want is to have that faith redirected to yourself. So they gotta direct it to where they want it to redirect it, okay? So they're gonna start to present to you the superheroes, the people who are gonna supposedly be saving you, because since you're losing faith in the government, they're gonna redirect it now toward presenting to you doctors. And here's the thing, here's how the mental fuckery works. You have certain people that start to become conscious of how the fuckery that's going on here, right? They're like, yo, shit's not making sense. This whole virus thing doesn't make sense. You know, this whole government, they're out to get us. Something's happening, because there's a lot of information on social media. So now people are starting to become woke. They don't want to get the vaccine now. Now people are like, I'm not getting that vaccine. Even my own mom is like, no, I don't think I'm getting that vaccine, man. I see too many people talking about how, you know, it's a conspiracy and here and there and whatnot. So what's happening now? Now they're starting to present doctors, because see, the people that first started to become conscious of the fact that now they're saying the virus is fake, this doesn't make sense, it's a hoax, they're out to get it, it's all in the interest of a profit, because it really is, but you know, it's all in the interest of a profit. I don't believe in this virus anymore. Now all of a sudden they put a post saying, oh, we got to be praising these people. Look at these doctors, the doctors and nurses. They're saying that there's a cure. They're exposing the World Health Organization and the medical industry. They're saying that, you know, there's a cure. Hydroxyquinone, I don't give a fuck what it is. Hydroxyquinone and zinc. So yeah, there's a cure. You don't see that these people are exposing them. Look, we got to be praising these people. But then I'm like, didn't you just say that the virus was fake? So now notice how you're contradicting yourself, because you said the virus was fake, but then now you're saying that there's a cure and we got to be praising these people, which means that now you're consenting without knowing to there actually being a virus. So you see how they're going to have you mentally steered a certain way if you're not paying attention. Because I caught this from a couple of people. I'm like, yo, how are you saying that we got to praise these people when these people are exposing a cure, and you just said there was no virus? You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that shit. Now, I happen to have a video that came across my lap, okay? And again, things just happen to present themselves to me. And this is the thing, is to look at it and try to decode it and pretty much try to break it down. Where you going? To get what? Huh? Oh yeah, it's alright. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you getting?
I'm going to get croquettes, and he wants to buy a couple of stuff.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so here's the thing. I happen to have something come across my lap. Now when you...
Dad?
What's up, buddy?
Come on.
Of course. Give me a hug. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
So here's the thing. So when you know the vibration and frequency that you're on, you're gonna actually start to things will start presenting themselves to you because things are attracted to you. They're going to be attracting to you. And when they do, it's about how you use them to your advantage and how you decode them and actually trust the process. Okay, now in this video I want to give a shout out to the Mayan Janabadan, because if you haven't watched his last video, I happen to think it is extremely informative. Okay, and I'm gonna put the link to his video, his channel, and the video that I'm actually asking you to watch, I'm gonna put it in the description below. And the reason why is because I want you guys to see a portion of that video where there's a lady speaking on how this whole virus and how, you know, the people are being rocked to sleep with certain scenarios and things. Very, very significant. I really want you to watch that video. And if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him, because he's putting out a video almost every day, and I happen to like that. You know, staying busy, whatnot, and he has a lot of value. So I like to hear people who have a lot of value. You know, people such as the Rogue Titan. Much appreciate that dude. You know, there's a lot of people out there. And yeah, but it's not a shout out video. But yeah, so check this out. Now, the reason I want to show you this video is because I want you to see where I'm going to get at. I'm going to review something with you before I even show you this video. Review the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, vowels are vowels. You know, when we do sigils, we don't use vowels and whatnot. Vowels are vowels, vowels, whatever. So I'm going to say how I was indoctrinated the same in school. A, E, I, O. Right? A, E, I, O. A, E, I, O, U. O is O. A, E, I, O. Right? So now, when you hear certain things, because I want to review now certain words. This is why, and if you watch my other 3 videos I just put out, I highly definitely recommend you watch those too. Check this out. Let's look at the word bread, like a slice of bread, right? B-R-E-A-D, right? That spells bread, right? Now, if I drop the B, that word is now read, right? But here's the funny part about this word. R-E-A-D can sound 2 different ways. I read books or I read that book. It's still spelled exactly the same way though, but they sound differently depending on what the intention behind what you want it to mean is. You get what I'm saying? Now, when you say breed, B-R-E-E-D, that's to breed animals. I bred that dog, B-R-E-D, right? So, now if you drop the B on that, it's still going to say read, you know what I'm saying? But you cannot make it sound any other way, but you can make the word read, R-E-A-D, sound 2 different ways. You get what I'm saying? So, but bread would be B-R-E-D. So, the language is something just, it's all frequency and vibration. Kite, light, bite, dike, height. All those words sound exactly the same, yet they have different meanings because we compartmentalize them based on how we were indoctrinated to mean certain things depending on what our intention behind what we're trying to communicate is, because we've been limited to this form of communication, which is only language, when in actuality, if you watch my previous videos, I mentioned that there's different types of information and communication, which is basically coming down to, you know, body language, facial expressions, and whatnot. Those are all different ways of communication. But we don't know how to do that. We've been disconnected from that. So that became dormant, atrophied, right? But yeah, I want you guys to watch this video real quick. And I want to show you something. So this right here is a doctor. Let me get the focus right. Let me get the focus right. Let me get the focus right. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, good. His name is Dr. James Tedaro. Now, I said Tedaro, right? Because that's how he said it. Now, I did a little investigation on this doctor, and I mean, there's not a lot of information on him. He's basically an eye doctor, but to me, he's a paid actor. And one of the things is that it doesn't really matter what he is. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to hear how he says his name, okay? And what he is actually saying here, and I want you to see how everything's presented here. You have a black lady, a white guy. You have 2 other people, I don't know what they are, but they seem to be kind of in the middle, or different ethnic groups and whatnot. There's some Spanish people, I guess, back there. So we'll see how this plays out. But I want you guys to listen to what he's saying. Come on, bro. Oh, and before it starts, check this out. So, America's frontline doctors. So these are like the Avengers. These are your superheroes. You see how they present themselves, you know, forming a front line there. But I want you to see this. Restoring peace and protecting from harm. Now, I've already told you the words, all right? It's depending on, and I've already mentioned this even before in my other videos on how, what it can look like, but the intention is not what it actually means. Now, restoring peace and protecting from harm. Farm, barn, the farm, the peace, right? You're nothing but a peace, and you're restoring that. You know what I'm saying? But harm, farm, barn. James Todaro. Tudaro or Todaro. That's how I would spell it. But no, he says his name is Dr. James Todaro. So when I first heard it, I didn't even look. I just thought it was Tedaro until I later found out that it was spelled differently. But I trusted what I heard first. I heard Todaro. I didn't hear Todaro. You know what I'm saying? So I trusted what I heard first. Now, the reason I am even going at this is because of this. Because, you see, he may even know what he said purposely. Okay? He's giving you the actual way the name is spelled without having to show you how it's spelled. He said Todaro, right? But then he spells it Todaro to kind of veer you away from what is actually being shown to you. You get what I'm saying? People may be telling you certain things, but they don't tell you word for word. It's up to you to sometimes decode it or see how it is sounding to you, not the way it is literally spelled. But I want you to hear this, okay? Okay.
I'm Dr. James Todaro. I just want to add a couple comments to what Dr. Gold was saying. If it seems like there is an orchestrated attack that's going on against hydroxychloroquine, it's because there is. When have you ever heard of a medication generating this degree of controversy? A 65-year-old medication that has been in the World Health Organization's safe essential list of medications for years. Okay, it's over the counter in many countries. And what we're seeing is a lot of misinformation. So I co-authored the first document on hydroxychloroquine as a potential treatment for coronavirus. This is back in March, and that kind of kicked off a whole series of a storm on it. And since then, there's been a tremendous amount of censorship on doctors like us and what we're saying, and a number of us have already been censored. That Google document that I co-authored was actually pulled down by Google. And this is after now many studies have shown that it is effective and it is safe. You still can't read that article. And there's also this misinformation out there. And unfortunately, this has reached the highest orders of medicine. In May, there was an article published in The Lancet. So this is one of the world's most prestigious medical journals in the world, okay? The World Health Organization stopped all their clinical trials on hydroxychloroquine because of this study. And it was independent researchers like us who care about patients, who care about the truth, that dug into the study and determined that it was actually fabricated data. The data was not real. And it was we did this so convincingly that this study was retracted by The Lancet less than 2 weeks after it was published. This is almost unheard of, especially for a study of this magnitude. So it's, I apologize to everyone for the fact that there is so much misinformation out there. It's so hard to find the truth. And unfortunately, it's going to take looking in other places for the truth. That's why we formed Frontline Doctors here.
Look at the way, look.
The real information out there.
So look what he says. And look, so you have the frontline doctors. They're all presented to you like the superheroes. He said there's a lot of misinformation out there and it's going to take you looking into other places. This is why they formed these frontline doctors. So basically, your faith and attention is now redirected toward these people, not the government. So I want you to see, just listen to how he says his name. This is why I thought it was different.
Yeah, so most of my thoughts I actually publish on Twitter. Twitter has been great lately. So my name is James Todaro, MD, Todaro, MD. But I also have a...
All right, so, that's enough of that. But so check this out. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people may be like, oh, he's just a white guy. That's how he says it and whatnot. But see, I trust what I hear first. You know what I'm saying? And I heard Todaro. Now, the reason I even said this is because I did a little gematria search. And this is not to put yourself in a victim mode. Again, things are used a certain way for you to actually decode them and use them to your advantage. I want you guys to see this real quick. All right. So James Todaro, the way I heard it, is basically 966 in Jewish gematria, 666 in English, simple gematria 111. I want you to see what all and my camera might cut off because my battery's dying. So if it cuts off, I'll probably do another video. but I am guiding you, jealous, alien arrival. I want you to, all these words, I mean, the meaning of the way he said the word, this is the value of it. And it's because this is where it is, this is what is showing you. You know what I'm saying? But you use these to your advantage, not to be scared or to disempower yourself by, you know what I'm saying? But alien arrival, for example, okay? You ever seen like dead rappers and famous pop stars and all of a sudden they're still performing on stage under a holographic image? You know what I'm saying? And that's, look at the 911, how the whole thing with the airplane happened to play out. And even how, if you watch the movie Spider-Man Far From Home, you'll notice that when Spider-Man is fighting the villain, the villain is actually creating a space within a space, which is what's basically happening here. When you got the sun as a generator, you know what I'm saying, shining the light on everything that you're, you know, experiencing here, the false illusionary reality, you know what I'm saying, is basically how it's, I mean, look, when you go into nature and there's no moon, no stars, and it's just pitch black, and that's pitch black, you don't see anything, right? But when you close your eyes, you go into a deeper layer of that darkness, and you're able to shed now, like you become the sun, because that's why when you look at the sun, you are the sun. You're looking at yourself. You get what I'm saying? You're looking at yourself, and it's not to worship anything out here. You know what I'm saying? It's basically look at everything as you pushed out. America is destroyed, running out of time, because they're running out of time. Look at this. ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, PBS, NPR, media. All the news media is there. All right. Destruction spells. Oregon. Do some research on Oregon. Primavera. Bushes of the Rothschilds. Electromagnetic current. I mean, you could look these up for yourself. And by the way, you could, all these are frequencies, okay? You can meditate, use these frequencies, see what surfaces up for you. These things may mean nothing to you, but they may mean something to somebody else. Again, a lot of these things are on people's timelines. You know what I'm saying? The ninth extinction. That means something to me. I'm going to do some research on that, and maybe, but I'm talking about research for me. Radio frequency ID. See, the way we call people is basically through phone numbers. This is the way we're meant to be reaching people, is through frequency ID. Everybody emits a certain frequency. That's time. Your heart rate beats. But it's distorted based on emotions, fear, stress, anxiety. Your heart rate changes. It's not in tune with nature. See, it's just like the clock. The clock goes tick tock, tick tock. Your heart rate goes boom, 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 boom. Right? But when you're scared, it goes boom, 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 and you die faster. But notice how when you meditate or you do certain breathing techniques, you slow your heart rate down. That's actually anti-aging. You know what I'm saying? Antidepressant medications. Lamb of God is mycelium. I've been doing a lot of research on mycelium lately. I'm gonna do another video on that. I want you guys to see this. God is human. God, okay, so your vessel is God incarnate, okay? It's just in its total polar opposite to the limitless God that you are outside of space and time, okay? It is part of the illusionary matrix. And that's why when you have certain urges and desires and certain bullshits, it's important not to get lost in them, because that's not what you are. You know what I'm saying? Nuclear dome. Nuclear. All right? Nuclear. Plutonium. 88 miles per hour. 1.21 gigawatts. All right? The nuclear dome. When I hear nuclear, you hear Pluto, plutonium. And what do they say about the planet Pluto? Right? All the disconnection from what you actually need to know. Heal the earth. Nice answer. Vaccination. Ray Zinke, Billie Eilish, Original Guide, Anti-Allah, Computer, New York, Santa Claus, Mark of the Beast, and then of course, you know, 666 is there, but again, it is what it is. Pizzagate, helicopter. All right, I'm gonna go through this quick because my phone not my phone, but my camera's gonna, I want you guys to type this in. iPad Go 2. There's so much symbolism there. It's crazy. Monsanto. Type in iPad Go 2 on YouTube, and you're gonna see a lot of symbolism there. Verified God, Bill Gates, IBM, Hill, Mark of Q. All right, so